Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Conor Simpson. I'm the IDA's Regional Manager for Dublin and the Mid-East region. It's a pleasure to be here this morning in this fantastic building, and you all look very well in your red Veritas t-shirts. I'd like to acknowledge on Taoiseach Leo Varadkar TD, Bill Coleman, Veritas CEO, Abhijit Day, Veritas VP Engineering, Mark Nutt, Veritas Senior Vice President EMEA Sales, Alan Horgan, Veritas VP Inside Commercial Sales and Renewals, and Mary Buckley, Executive Director of IDA Ireland. I've got the job of making sure everything runs on time to a certain degree, and I've a couple of people keeping an eye on me doing that too. So we'll kick off with the first speaker. It's my pleasure to introduce on Taoiseach Leo Varadkar and to invite him up to say a few words. Thank you.
Lost my stuff. No, I have it. Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, good morning, and thanks very much for being here and for inviting me to join with you for this very special occasion. I have to say, I love the t-shirts. I have to talk to the new strategic communication unit in government buildings about getting all my staff to wear appropriate t-shirts, maybe a nice harp on it, and Government of Ireland or something. I just want to start by thanking Conor for the really kind invitation to be here today to announce 250 new jobs, which I know is a very important milestone, not just for Veritas Ireland, but also for this part of Dublin and for the country more generally. Delighted to be joined here, of course, with Bill, Mark, Abhijit, and all your staff in celebrating what is a very good news story, and one that sends a very powerful message about the strength of our economy, the success of your company, and also our confidence for the future. As you know, this is the latest stage in the ongoing development of the business facility that Veritas Ireland is undertaking here in Ballycoolan in Blanchardstown. And it's a particular pleasure for me, of course, to be doing this announcement as it's happening in my own constituency, my own district of Dublin West, which, as you know, is a part of Ireland which is close to the M50, close to Dublin City, close to Dublin Airport, has good infrastructure, a rail line that's about to be connected to the Lewis system from December of this year and will be upgraded and electrified in due course. We have IT Blanchardstown not too far from here, which will soon become part of a new technological university involving DIT and Tala Blanchardstown. Connolly Hospital and its campus, which is being rapidly developed, including a new paediatric unit, which is due to go to construction quite soon. And of course, the National Sports Campus not too far from here, and loads of undeveloped land that's ready to be developed. So there ends my pitch for further investment in West Dublin. And I am, of course, very glad to hear that of the new jobs that are being created here, 110 are going to be research positions, offering new opportunities to graduates over the next 3 years. So that's a really great development, both for the company and for Ireland more generally, and will offer so many young professionals experience in working with a dynamic global company such as this. And these are exactly the type of high quality, rewarding jobs that we want to see created here in Ireland, and realise the government's focus on quality of employment for our people, which is the fifth principle of our economic policy. It's not just about full employment, it's about making sure that people have good jobs that pay the bills with decent terms and conditions and pension rights as well. The recent investment of 30 million ensures that Veritas is pushing beyond the frontier of innovation in cloud data management. And I believe your belief in Ireland, and I thank you for your belief in Ireland and what we have to offer. This expansion in Ireland, doubling of your workforce, and placing a key part of your research and development here is a real vote of confidence for us. It shows confidence in the country's strong business environment, shows confidence in Ireland's deep pool of highly skilled people, supported by our strong education system. I understand that the R&D project, which is making these new opportunities possible, was won for Ireland against stiff competition from other locations. And we've worked tirelessly, as you know, to create the right conditions for companies like this to prosper in Ireland. Ireland's key strengths as a location for investment are very well known. We are, as you know, a founder member of the Eurozone. We have a highly educated English-speaking population, but also lots of people from overseas who've joined us who speak other languages as well, and a very business-friendly environment. In addition to this, we offer a stable and competitive corporation tax regime and strong incentives for research and development. These policies are going to be vital in meeting the challenges that are now arising as a result of Brexit. So our focus now is on building a resilient and competitive economy that can respond quickly to external shocks and adapt and embrace technological change. Next week, as most of you will know, we're going to present a budget, and that budget for the first time in 10 years will balance the books, will bring our deficit into balance, our budget into balance rather, and we'll also use the opportunity to continue to reduce our national debt. We also recognise the need to upgrade Ireland's economic and social infrastructure, because our infrastructure hasn't kept pace with economic growth or the growth in population in recent years. And I imagine that's evident to everyone who drives to work this time of year. So for this reason, government has ring-fenced an additional 4.1 billion for allocation over the period between now and 2021, on top of the existing capital plan. And details of how this will be allocated, to which departments and which projects, will be announced next week. What it means is that we're going to increase capital expenditure investment in our infrastructure by more than 70% over the next 4 years. That's to 7.8 billion per annum. So that's a lot of roads and railways and schools and hospitals and other important facilities. And it'll see us moving public investment in Ireland from a position where it's one of the lowest in the EU to one of the highest by the start of the next decade. I'm also pleased to say that the unemployment rate now stands at 6.1%, and it's extraordinary just to think back only 5 or 6 years ago that 15% of people in Ireland were unemployed. It's now down by almost 2/3 to 6.1%, at the lowest since June 2008. And long-term unemployment, which in many ways is the most important measure, people out of work for more than a year, is now down to about 3%. So our plan is to continue to build on that and create an additional 45,000 jobs this year, a target which we now anticipate will exceed. And I'm delighted that the jobs being created here today will play an important part in contributing to that goal. We certainly won't be complacent. Our challenge now is to maintain the strong pipeline of investment and job creation, and also to meet future business needs. And we'll do that in a number of different ways. The National Skills Strategy, which is our plan to sustain and enlarge Ireland's pool of talent running out to 2025. Our Action Plan for Education, which contains a number of short-term actions to improve our education system, with the ambition to make the Irish Education and Training Service the best in Europe. It particularly renews the focus on STEM subjects, making Ireland a world leader in science, technology, energy and maths. And to this end, the plan contains a commitment to introducing computer science to the senior cycle, to the Leaving Cert or high school curriculum next year. And also Innovation 2020, which is our 5-year strategy for research and development, setting out a real ambition for us to become a global leader in innovation, focusing on excellence, talent and impact. As you know, digital technologies are disrupting and transforming the global economy. And part of this transformation is data, how information is processed, stored and managed. Ireland is often referred to as the data capital of Europe. We host data centres for many of the world's largest firms, and within our country, Dublin is home to one of the largest clusters of data centres in Europe. We've become a location of choice for data centres for a number of reasons, including climate, fibre internet connectivity, energy supply and the business environment. And I think with such a strong pedigree of digital companies in our country, the government is committed to building on our progress so far in fostering a world-class data protection environment. In particular, one of our major priorities, led by Minister of State Pat Breen, is to ensure that Irish organisations are fully prepared for the General Data Protection Regulation, which comes into effect next May. And I know Veritas has a particular interest in this area. So far, I've been reassured by the positive feedback that I've received about our preparations for the regulation. The legislation to enact it, the Data Protection Bill, is well advanced and is due before the Oireachtas later this autumn. And over the months ahead, we'll be working particularly hard to make sure the message about the GDPR is reaching all audiences, particularly smaller businesses who may not be aware of it. So to finish, I just want to thank you once again for your ongoing confidence in Ireland. I want to thank you in particular as a workforce. I doubt that the company would have made their decision to expand this operation and create more jobs here if they weren't happy with the quality of work being done here already. And I want to wish you very well as you embark on this project. So I look forward to continuing our long and mutually beneficial relationship into the future. Thank you very much. So it gives me a great pleasure to invite your CEO, Bill Coleman, to take the stage.
Well, thank you, Taoiseach. We're honored to have both you and Mary Buckley, the Managing Director of IDA, here to help us launch this new exciting innovation center. 250 people over the next 2 years in all aspects of development is a real exciting investment for us. Veritas is a global company. We're the global leader in data protection. And as such, we have over 50,000 customers, which constitutes 86% of the Fortune 500. We're located in 39 countries and have over 7,400 employees. And this site here has been a big success for us. Most of what we have here historically is from our financial side of the business and our sales side of the business. So to open a new innovation center here is a great testament to everything you talked about relating to what Ireland has done to build themselves into the center of innovation and the research center. Now, our customers are faced with massive challenges on data. Data is growing through the roof. It's no longer just in data centers. It's in the cloud. It's in the SaaS applications. That complicates things. It's raising costs. In a world that's transforming into a software-defined, cloud-based architecture that's truly hyperscale. While that's happening, customers are being faced, our customers, with the challenge of how do we harness the power of that information? Because if they can't use that information and any other information out there to better compete, they're not going to be effective in the 21st century. Now, this company was spun out of Symantec 20 months ago. And during that time, we've transformed this company. We're no longer just a data protection company. We're an information management company. We've created 7 new products and integrated everything together as a software-defined capability. So problems like GDPR can be automated. You can visualize that data no matter where it is, categorize it, finding, for instance, the personally identifying information, manage it, delete it, move it, and yes, even analyze it. We're the only company in the world that has the solution to that. But we have to go farther. We have to take it to the next level where all that and the predictive analytics and machine learning can take not only the corporation's information, but any other information out on the internet that will help them better compete. And that's why we're opening this innovation center. We looked throughout the world and found that this is the best place to find the talent and research that can help us build that. So I'm very excited to be here today to help announce the new center. We're already working with IDA. There are several employees that have started today to launch this that are here with us. And to tell us what that's going to mean for EMEA, I'd like to introduce Mark Nutt, our Senior Vice President of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Thank you.
Well, so I've presented on this stage many times. I'm not sure I've seen as many people are here today. So, and so many bright T-shirts, right? Quite fetching. So that's great. So look, a real privilege to have the Taoiseach here and so many dignitaries here for this important announcement. Right? We often talk about the power of EMEA. Right? We're announcing today a further investment of over 200 roles here in Dublin, and that's doubling the size of the investment that we have. So we already have more than 200 key roles here, right? Whether that's in our HR team, from an IT perspective, a very important finance centre, and then, of course, a very strong sales capability here in Dublin. So these roles adding innovation and an engineering capability so that we have every major function from within Veritas, based in EMEA and based here in Dublin. So really pleased to be able to join today and to do that. You know, Bill talked about the innovation that's happening globally, and was very pleased to hear the Taoiseach talking about innovation and technology here in Ireland. It's very important when we think about our mission and our role to help our customers harness the power of their information. Right? When we position Veritas as the truth in information, the truth is our customers need support. When we think about the technologies that the new resources, the new team members that we're bringing into Veritas will focus on, they're going to be solving customer challenges around the multi-cloud platform. And then again, when we think about GDPR and the regulation and the governance that will be announced and implemented later in May next year, it's important to think these skills and these resources will really be focused on those problems. So very excited about that. Just a few points on GDPR. We recognise that globally, less than a third of our customers have got a plan that gives them confidence that they can address and perhaps solve some of the issues and the challenges that that regulation will bring. And then in reality, when you do the analysis, it's less than 5% of customers are ready and prepared for May next year. So that's a challenge that Veritas are ready to meet. And again, the skills that we're adding here in Dublin will give us an extra tailwind to support that. So very pleased to be here today. This is a very important engineering announcement. So I'm going to hand over shortly to Abhijit from our engineering team. But before I do that, I'd like to thank the team here in Dublin for the support that they've given us over the last 12 months. Thank the team at IDA for the support in bringing these additional roles to Ireland and to the team at EMEA. And also to thank the engineering team and Abhijit putting his trust in EMEA and in Ireland in our capability to deliver on this. So thank you.
So thank you so much. Thanks, Mark. Let me just install myself. This is Abhijit. I represent Veritas. I joined 18 years back in 1999 in San Francisco office in our California in Silicon Valley. And to this date, I dream of Veritas, it being all red. And today I see all red. And after 18 years, if you work for a company, it's amazing to be here. Second thing, I love Dublin. This is my second trip here. And I was strolling yesterday to kind of get off of my jet lag because I just flew in yesterday. And I felt there's so much life. There's so much vibrance in the community. And on an engineering standpoint, I have been researching multiple countries and states and cities and looking at what Dublin has to offer. And I see all the emergence of new technologies, machine learning, cognitive studies, neural networks. And I dream of Veritas to get there. We are an amazing company, and we have done a lot of work over 20 years, 25 years actually, on storage and data protection. And we have a lot of customers, like Bill talked about, across the world today. And we have solved their problems for almost 25 years. However, today, like the Taoiseach talked about, it's a world of digital transformation. Digital transformation has impacted countries and enterprise and the world across. And it's going at such a rapid pace that we as companies have to keep up with it because we have a lot of opportunity. But with opportunities, there's also a lot of responsibilities that comes with it. So we need to build a team across in the best places we can, hire the right talent, and then really come up with solutions that not only help our customers, that helps the world, the human being, the human generation, help transition to the digital transformation that we all can seek to achieve. That's what I and we want Veritas to be. The reason we picked Dublin is it's just amazing how many people are on the open source contributing. It's just amazing how many people do technology here, the emerging technology. Now, we in Veritas, we want to get to a level of next generation networks, machine learning, neural networks, artificial intelligence, and that's where we want to grow. And that's the right kind of talent we are looking for, I'm looking for in Dublin that we found. We already have hired few folks here who have joined us, and they have similar backgrounds in data lakes and cognitive intelligence and machine learning. That's the exact kind of talent we're looking for. That's why we came to Dublin. That's why we're hiring 250 jobs, maybe more, but 130 for sure in the short term, and keep recruiting from the best colleges. So that's why we are here. Now, it doesn't stop there. I love research, and in US, thanks to Bill, we are doing a lot of research with Stanford, artificial learning and machine language programs. We're investing there. We are getting great PhDs and graduate students from Stanford. We want to do the same thing here. Our people have already worked with Irish foundations, science foundations in Ireland, and we are exposed to projects and consortiums like Insight and Adapt. These are solutions which imply machine learning and high emerging data analytics into the infrastructure. Those are the kind of research we are going to participate, we are going to fund, we are going to hire from them, the people that we think can help us contribute to our solutions. So with that said, I hope I'm here. It's great to be here. It's great to have the Taoiseach, Bill Coleman, or Mark actually be here, and it's my honor to be here. I love this place. Let's go build real products, help these customers get over their problems, and transition to the digital era. Thank you. And with that, let me transfer over to Mary Buckley, our IDA person.
Thank you, Abhijit. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of IDA, I'm really delighted to be here today to celebrate with you this fantastic announcement. I'd really like to thank Bill and his leadership team for taking the time to travel here today. I think it's testament to the importance of this investment by Veritas. Veritas joins a prominent list of leading companies, creating a foundation in the city, and reflects IDA and the Irish government's commitment to innovation in Ireland. This expansion builds on the company's existing presence and attests to the city's thriving tech culture. On behalf of IDA Ireland, I would like to welcome Veritas' continued investment and expansion in Ireland. Ireland is a global technology hub of choice when it comes to attracting the strategic business activities of tech companies, and Veritas' choice of Dublin is a clear endorsement of this. The Multi-Cloud Innovation Centre is strategically important to the company's global business, and the creation of 250 additional roles by Veritas clearly demonstrates the availability of high-skilled talent here in Dublin and in the surrounding areas. As you know, IDA is tasked with promoting Ireland as a location for foreign direct investment. And the Taoiseach has already outlined a number of compelling reasons why overseas companies locate here. He talked about the stability and the consistent policies that we have. We also are a core member of the EU and EU market and the EU currency. The IMD ranks Ireland 6th in the world for overall competitiveness. Ireland is the strongest growing economy in the EU. Unemployment has halved here in the past 4 years, and it is below the EU and the Eurozone's average. It's now very steady at 6.3%. Forbes ranks Ireland as the 4th best country in the world to do business. This important announcement today by Veritas will greatly enhance Ireland's reputation as a location of choice for cloud computing. IDA Ireland is very focused on identifying new opportunities for our clients and developing Ireland's value proposition to become a world leader in the cloud. Ireland is rapidly becoming a dominant force in cloud computing, building on its international reputation with ICT activities here. Many key players have already been attracted to Ireland, while a wide spectrum of tech companies with Irish operations are actively expanding and researching the cloud. This rapidly developing sector is not only benefiting from Ireland's highly skilled ICT workforce, as we have here with us today, but also from the newly developed cloud computing master's degrees that are being offered right around the country in universities and institutes of technologies. I am delighted to hear that Veritas is also creating opportunities for new graduates. I'm sure they will have a wonderful start in this fabulous company and in this brand new facility, a multi-million euro facility, which I have seen in the past, and I know the significant change that has taken place, and anyone will enjoy working in this fabulous environment. In conclusion, I would like to thank Veritas for choosing Ireland, for the team here for their terrific work that they have done over the years to make Dublin and Ireland a successful location for Veritas. IDA will be very happy to work with you every step of the way.